The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome. This is TVWAN News. I'm Carol Kido Jr. In this edition, Puk Treaty part of PNG reset agenda, IMF predicts positive economic growth, and PM's 13 team appreciate digital support. A fitting funeral service was hosted today to honor and celebrate the life of Morabe's firebrand leader and political representative, the late Luther Akisawa Wenge. A solemn procession started from the Sir Ignatius Kilage Indoor Stadium as the casket of the late Morabe Governor Luther Akisawa Wenge was escorted to the outdoor stadium. The stadium, packed with hundreds of people, fell silent as the soulful tune of the bagpipe rose and fell in the still air. Tributes came from Prime Minister James Marape, Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso, and representatives from the lay business community. The late Wenge passed away on September 13, 2025, and he will soon be laid to rest at his grandmother's village of Baindoang, Nabak Rural LOG in Nawai District. The late leader's casket is at his place of residence at Busu Mountain, where he will spend a few hours. Tomorrow, his body will be airlifted to Baindoang for burial. James Marape addressed concerns that PNG was asked by Australia to enter into and sign the Puk Defence Treaty. Marape clarified that Australia never requested PNG to enter into this treaty. Instead, PNG reached out to Australia as part of its 50th reset agenda.
The signing of the Puk Treaty on Monday fueled debate, some saying PNG was lured into entering into this agreement by Australia when it granted PNG a team to play in the NRL, while others pointed out the implications of this treaty on PNG's sovereignty as a nation. Prime Minister James Marape, in a media conference on Monday evening, addressed these claims, highlighting the need to rebuild and strengthen the capacity of PNG Defence Force.
And I want to put it to Papua New Guineans right from the outset. Australia never requested this. We were pretty content with living and working in the Defence Cooperation Agreement that we've had with them. We've had their security forces moving in and out, working in partnership with PNG Defence Force, the current naval base refleet and restoration happening in Manus, etc. were going on. But we reached out to them as part of our 50th reset, and especially from PNG's interest to resuscitate, rebuild, re-strengthen our defence force at the earliest.
The Prime Minister explained PNG's inability to defend its shores in the event of an attack and how PNG can rely on treaties like this to access help.
Right now, as we speak, if someone chooses to invade, God forbid, and we have no enemies right now, and I qualify this, but on a hypothetical situation, if someone chooses to invade PNG right now, as your Prime Minister, or Minister Billy as your Defence Minister, or your Defence Commander, has no ability whatsoever to defend our country on air, on sea, technology, or on land. The vulnerabilities, the exposures we have compels us, by a stroke of a pen, have access to a world-class security capability and capacity. What this one technically means is if Papua New Guinea is exposed someplace, then Australia's capacity is there for us to lean on.
He further clarified that the signing of this treaty does not give Australia the right to tamper with PNG's sovereignty. It can only act when asked to.
We've signed this agreement, but it doesn't give automatic Australia intervention in our country. There is enough provision at mutual discussions without tampering each other's sovereignty. PNG can ask Australia for help.
Meantime, inconsistent with Section 117 of the Constitution, the treaty will now be brought to Parliament for ratification. Ratification will signify the formal consent to be bound by the treaty's provisions. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
The 2025 Petroleum and Energy Conference is currently held in Port Moresby with key stakeholders of the petroleum and energy sector in the country, convened for a two-day event to provide significant updates on their organizational progress. More than 40 international and national leaders, including 80-plus exhibitors with over 500 delegates from across the world, are attending the event, which runs from October 8th and the 9th, to share key insights. The opening was officiated this morning by Petroleum Minister Jimmy Maladina.
This year's Petroleum and Energy Conference theme coincides with the country's 50th independence anniversary, with the next 50 as the sector is optimistic in moving forward for another successful 50 years. Petroleum and energy remain the backbone of PNG's economy, with strong partnerships from both international and national investors who are essential in building the country's long-term growth. In the second session of the first day, key figures representing the sector gave insights into some vibrant petroleum and energy projects taking place in the countries at present. Senior Vice President Stakeholder Management of Santos, Wayne Kasau, highlighted the rollout of Santos' effective and efficient operation in the country, in partnership with the PNG government and the communities, with 1,051 successful shipments of crude oil blend without disruption.
Our company purpose and vision 2040, as many of you may be aware, are to provide reliable and affordable energy to help create a better world for everyone. At the recent Australia's Energy Nation Forum 2025, Kevin Gallagher, our Santos CEO, intimated that affordable, reliable energy is the linchpin of any economy. Without it, consumers pay more for everything. Globally, countries are prioritizing energy affordability in parallel with their own energy security.
Addressing fuel shortage in the country is one essential area that PNG's National Petroleum and Energy Company, Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, is sorting out by building a fuel storage station at Motukia outside Port Moresby. The storage station is expected to be commissioned by 2026. Acting Chief Operating Officer Rogek Hila said KPHL's progress.
In addition to that, for nation building projects, we are undertaking for security, for energy security, and our control proposals on the Motukia fuels facility within TVWAN provide Motukia ports. So that's part of our nation building efforts, and that is basically driven by a common directive to us.
PNG's National Petroleum and Energy Company, KPHL, also contributes tremendously to building human resources in the sector in the midst of addressing challenges. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
A group of landowners and agents from Pogera Mine have voiced their concerns pertaining to the Pogera Community Development Agreement. They demanded a review of the initial agreement to include their concerns. Speaking in a press conference, former Layagam Pogera MP and current treasurer of the landowner group Nixon Mangape highlighted their concerns, which relate to local content, fair compensation agreements, and equity distribution and environmental impact.
Draft of finally academic NC lo approve Prime Minister Mibla lo you instruct him as the chairman lo give ko lo Mibla Pabagran Mibla bag looking Mibla satisfied now Mibla can sign off. Suppose you stop or toto you walking around in stop the CDA. And by brain upside. Now we will not give you social license to. So important something. You will sensitive, you will fail me blah 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 fail government too. So what will you blow give COVID me blana? You will MRI too, you will fail me blah. Fail government too. So me blah feel long. Sensitive, long giving me blah, COVID blow this one of me. CDA number you go through. So what's all that total you been working on stop inside the CDA? No problem. We sign it tomorrow. So what's in the stop? And by me putting me inside. Me must put me inside.
PNG's economic outlook remains positive, with growth expected to increase to 4.5% in 2025, from an estimated 3.8% in 2024, according to the International Monetary Fund. IMF reports that this has been supported by increased production of Porgera gold mine, continued improvement in access to foreign exchange, and favorable agricultural production.
According to the International Monetary Fund report, an average headline inflation is projected to rebound to 3.8% in 2025 from a historical low of 0.6% in 2024 as the drag from betel nut prices eases, while core inflation, which excludes selected volatile items, is projected to edge up to 3.3% in 2025, staying below the historical average. IMF Mission Chief for Papua New Guinea, Neil Klein, reaffirmed that the gross international reserves, which stood at $3.6 billion or 15.11 billion kina at the end of July 2025, which is equivalent to about 5 months of imports of goods and services, are expected to remain adequate and support the crawl-like exchange rate arrangement. Kellin says the government remains committed to an ambitious fiscal consolidation strategy in line with its 13-year budget repair plan. Having reduced the fiscal deficit by 1.1 percentage points of GDP in 2024, Mr. Klein says the government is on track to deliver a reduction of at least 0.6 percentage points of GDP in 2025 through both revenue mobilization and expenditure rationalization. The IMF states that the government's plan to further reduce the deficit in the upcoming 2026 budget is consistent with its objective of reaching a balanced budget in 2027. IMF is committed to implementing a prudent borrowing strategy aimed at reducing public debt vulnerabilities. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
The Bank of Papua New Guinea has continued to implement its roadmap of reforms to help alleviate foreign exchange shortages, gradually return to kina convertibility, and modernize its monetary policy operations. The International Monetary Fund reported that access to FX has improved in 2025, supported by the implementation of the crawl-like arrangement, BPNG's FX intervention strategy, and favorable commodity prices. The Monetary Policy Committee's decision to increase the kina facility rate in September 2025 is a welcome step to ensure consistency with the exchange rate arrangement, while the continued reduction of the cash reserve requirement ratio will help ease liquidity conditions in the banking system. You're watching TV1 News. Coconut processing plant in Medang and EU Green Diplomacy Week. We'll have those stories and more after the break.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Tooks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Magic Golden Ticket Promotion e-come back. Now by Pennies long 30th November 2025. Piny Magic Golden Ticket long you, long winning share long 500,000 kina inside long packet magic chicken or beef noodles. All prizes stop 50,000 kina, 20,000 kina, 1,000 kina, na 500 kina. Open packet long magic noodles na Piny Golden Ticket long come up winner. No can wait. Buy magic noodles now.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldspot.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One-Took jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Cold Power Citrus Blast uses stain-fighting active particles to remove dirt, grease and stains from your family's washing with less scrubbing and rubbing, reducing wear and tear and saving you time. Cold Power Citrus Blast has an amazing citrus fragrance that gives that extra freshness that will last all day long.
Welcome back. Papua New Guinea's sea cucumber fishery and bêche de mer trade are set to open on 17 October 2025, following approvals from the National Fisheries Board. The National Fisheries Authority is urging all fishers, traders and exporters to adhere strictly to the rules to avoid penalties. The National Fisheries Authority has issued a public notice confirming the seasonal opening of the sea cucumber and bêche de mer trade. The announcement follows the National Fisheries Board meeting earlier this month, which granted approvals for the proper management of the fishery. NFA warns that any fishing, buying, storing, trading or exporting before the official opening date is illegal, and offenders will face serious penalties, including confiscation of products and prosecution under PNG law. The fishery operates under a newly gazetted management plan number G742-2025, designed to ensure sustainability and protect the livelihoods of coastal communities who depend on this trade. The total allowable catch will guide the closing dates set within a 3-month calendar window. Officials stress that cooperation from fishers, buyers and traders is critical to the long-term health of the fishery, ensuring economic opportunities for families in coastal areas. Fishers and traders are reminded to comply fully to safeguard both the industry and their livelihoods. Port Moresby is preparing to go pink on Sunday, October 19, 2025, for the Pinktober Walk, a major awareness event organized by the National Capital District Commission, Active City Development Program, and Amazing Port Moresby. The walk will begin at Murray Barracks and end at Sir Hubert Murray Stadium, running from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event aims to unite the city in support of breast cancer awareness, early detection, and community solidarity. NCD Governor Poes Pakop has urged government departments, corporate houses, schools, NGOs, and community groups to participate. He said breast cancer is not only a women's health issue, but a challenge that affects families, workplaces, and the entire city. The Pinktober Walk will include a survivor march, educational exhibits, health and SME stalls, and live entertainment celebrating courage and hope. Participants are encouraged to wear pink to show support. The Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary has been working hard to upgrade its existing infrastructure to minimize spending on contractors in the future. This was the message from Deputy Commissioner of Police Administration, Dr. Philip Mitna, at the opening of the Material Printing Unit office at Bomana Police College yesterday in Port Moresby.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Administration Dr. Philip Mitna was pleased with the work done by the contractor, and the RPNGC management added that the police department had been spending a lot of money on buying printing materials and also on printing services for policing materials. He said that with the opening of the printing unit office in Bomana, the department will save more and will concentrate on spending money on other police operations. DCP Mitna said that in the past they had been paying printing companies to help print their materials, which was costly. The Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Logistics, Chris Smith, said the contractor, Far East Handyman, constructed the building in 3 months. He said that representative from the contractor presented the keys to the RPNGC after completing the building. Assistant Commissioner of Police Training, Silva Sika, said the building will not only serve the RPNGC but will also be of great help to the police college in terms of printing their teaching materials. The MPU office was completed and the contractor is now working on finishing the college supermarket.
From a World War II battlefield to a modern gateway of friendship, Nadzap in Papua New Guinea now stands as a powerful symbol of peace and progress between Japan and PNG. Once a battlefield between Japan and Allied forces in World War II, Nadzap in Papua New Guinea now hosts a new symbol of peace and cooperation. Nadzap Tomodachi International Airport. Opened in October 2023, Tomodachi means friend in Japanese, a name proposed by PNG's Prime Minister James Marape to reflect the deep friendship forged with Japan over decades. The airport was built with Japanese development funding and support through JICA, including terminal construction, runway upgrades, and tower renovations. Prime Minister Marape called Japan a sincere and genuine friend during the 50th anniversary celebration of Japanese aid to PNG. He said the airport captures that bond, transcending wartime memories and linking past, present, and future. From tragic conflict to peaceful partnership, this airport stands as a gateway not just for planes but for renewed trust, cooperation, and growth between the two nations. In 2025, PNG marked both 50 years of independence and 50 years of diplomatic ties with Japan, and at Nadzap, that shared future has already begun to take flight. The Office of Child and Family Services under the Department of Community Development today awarded special grants to 17 licensed out-of-home care centers to boost their good work.
CEO and Director of Office of Child and Family Services, Jerry Wapp, thanked the operators of the out-of-home centers, 17 of which operate throughout the country, providing services in reaching the unreached and touching the untouched, going into marginalized spaces which the government is not able to reach. A grant of 40,000 kina was distributed among the 17 centers.
And I want to thank the out-of-home care center operators for carrying the mission, our noble mission to protect our children. Some of these children are displaced from family. Not only they have no parents, some of the children that you look after, they have parents, but they don't want to look after them. So you play the role of parents. Some have no parents. They need parents. And I recognize the service that you provide. And I'm here to recognize and make that statement.
Jerry James, who accompanied the out-of-home care centers from Western Highlands, said women and children need a foundation for the development.
Why I'm saying this is because if we don't look after children and women properly and provide the needs and whatever facilities or advice or guidance that they needed, we will see a lot of law and order issues that we are seeing today.
One of the faithful out-of-home care centers was the St. Mary's Out-of-Home Care Center from Mount Hagen. The caretaker, Sister Christy Barnes, was present to deliver the vision and mission of the center.
The vision of the St. Mary's Out-of-Home Care is an organization whose members envision that with the holistic approach, dedicated charity service, delivery will enhance the quality of life of the orphan children. The goal, as we believe, that this is to be achieved through the dedicated Christian attitudes and continuous education programs and evaluation of work rendered.
WAP also thanked the Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited for coming on board to sponsor one of the centers previously. He also encourages other partners to come on board and support other out-of-home care centers. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
And now for the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2385 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2310 $0.3480 Australian dollars, $0.1901 euro, and 34.78 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, crude oil, and copper closed higher, coffee, cocoa, and copra closed lower, while palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Pine PNG made.
A moment alone.
PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Long year 2024, 7 baby i born one time HIV. HIV ikan go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama ikat HIV, long time long karen baby, na time baby isusu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama long lookout him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic na kisim antenatal check. Time yumi pan him sick HIV area o time bell mama i positive penis. Early treatment i can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV igo long baby. This lutok sawe ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Curly, straight, soft, wavy, afro, short, long, healthy.
Palmolive Naturals for naturally beautiful hair.
It's formula infused with extracts like coconut oil, aloe vera and avocado to enhance your hair's natural beauty, giving you naturally beautiful hair that always looks gorgeous and smells great throughout the day. Palmolive Naturals.
Have a great hair day!
Ready to go. And they're racing. Plenty of hopes around the corner. Into the straight of the Lexus Melbourne Cup.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. A New Caledonia expert says the resignation of French Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu is fueling uncertainty in the territory. Denise Fisher, Australia's former Consul General to New Caledonia, said the political disruption in Paris is putting further pressure on the territory, with an already postponed provincial election due to be held in November. Postponing those elections is critical. It's one of the major pieces of the puzzle of the Bougainville Agreement. The agreement is a proposal to give the French territory more autonomy and was initiated by pro-independence and loyalist groups during talks in France. Telecommunication companies have agreed to take part in drills to ensure customers can always get through to the 000 emergency number. Mobile network bosses have met with the communications minister following the deadly Optus outage last month.
The boss of Optus in yet another meeting.
Just looking forward to meeting the minister.
CEO Stephen Rue, along with the head of Telstra and TPG, hauled to Canberra for talks with the communications minister after last month's Optus outage was linked to multiple deaths.
Optus and all telecommunications carriers have no excuses for 000 outages.
After the meeting, Annika Wells introduced new laws to improve oversight of the 000 system, but admitted it wouldn't have stopped the Optus outage.
Legislating a 000 custodian will help, but there is no silver bullet solution for corporate failure.
It's disappointing that it's taken so long for the government to act to introduce this piece of legislation, but it's good that they finally got there.
Today's legislation was a recommendation made 18 months ago as part of a review into another Optus outage back in 2023. The opposition using question time to ask why some of the changes still haven't been introduced.
And will the minister apologise for the government's delay in acting on these vital recommendations?
I urged industry to go faster on those remaining 4 recommendations that they have carriage of.
While the minister has asked industry to make changes, there's no clear timeline on when this will occur. And in a sign there are concerns about the system ahead of Australia's bushfire season, the National Emergency Management Agency attended today's meeting, and telco bosses agreed to stress test the 000 system to ensure calls can still be made during outages.
Obviously, emergency service is very important, so it was an excellent meeting. Thank you.
A telco boss trying his best to get out of a crisis.
As mining companies like Rio Tinto look to retreat, The Queensland Government will prolong the life of coal-fired power stations. Communities with the power stations are relieved, but experts say they could still close suddenly.
In central Queensland, coal has been king, a linchpin of the region's economy.
It's a very big employer. It would be pretty devastating for the community if it was to shut down.
The Callide B power station was due to close in 2028. The state government has confirmed it will stay open until at least 2031. A relief to the local business community.
Having large industry also improves the livability of our community. It provides investment in retail spaces and services.
The power station has undergone major repairs after 2 explosions and a cooling tower collapsed.
The existing coal infrastructure is facing a whole lot of pressure and stress, and we're seeing a lot of breakdowns.
In Biloela, locals say the extension will buy the community time to find alternative industries and a better plan for their future.
The health of the town and the schools and the sporting clubs and the community groups and that type of thing, just having that little more certainty around it for a bit longer.
Other communities are also looking for certainty when the government releases its 5-year energy roadmap this week. The Queensland Conservation Council is calling on the LNP to put a timeline on coal-fired power closures in order to meet emissions targets.
And if we keep denying that change is going to occur, that just means that we're not doing the planning that really Queenslanders deserve. We know that we can't rely on coal forever.
Last week, Rio Tinto announced the Gladstone Power Station could close 6 years earlier than expected in 2029.
For parents of children with complex medical needs, accessing childcare is almost impossible, leaving a heavy care burden on families and preventing those children from learning to socialize at an early age. With very few facilities set up with the staff or equipment required, an Australian first pilot program has begun in WA.
A first for these parents.
Yay! Good girl.
Able to leave their children with complex medical needs in safe hands and take a break.
Our families are so exhausted. It's such a hidden battle. It happens in hospitals and homes, and our families are very isolated.
Under the Disability Discrimination Act, everyone has a legal right to access childcare. But in reality, very few facilities can cater for high-needs children.
Our kids have every right to have a fantastic upbringing, early education experience, socialisation, chances to make friends.
The pilot program, delivered by Ripple Ability with support from Carers WA, working to deliver that, with 3 5-week trials set to run across Perth. The children with complex needs and their siblings in this group left with the skilled workers from support provider Hannah's House.
All those children in that room today, they don't know any different to who's who. They're all there just to have fun and have a good time and learn and play together. And why can't every child have that?
Their parents not too far away, learning about the systems they'll need to navigate to access support, systems that too often require them to focus on what their child can't do, not what they can.
Every single parent cried today when they were asked to flip the script, because for many of them, they've never been asked that question. Nobody asks us what our kids are great at. Everybody asks us what our kids are not great at.
It was good to actually, sit down and write like all the good things that your kids can do, and that was actually beautiful.
Those involved hopeful the pilot program will help develop a national model that delivers equal access to childcare for all.
A new study has found that females have a much higher genetic risk of developing major depression than males.
This study, which was the largest of its kind in the world, saw 200,000 people with major depression analysed from across Australia, Europe, the UK and the United States. And now what this study has found is that within the DNA of females, there was almost twice as many genetic red flags for depression compared to males. The study found about 7,000 DNA changes that could cause depression in both sexes, but it then found an additional 6,000 changes that lead to depression in females alone. The study also found the sexes experience depression in very different ways. For females, the symptoms present themselves as weight gain and sleepiness during the day, while for men it's typically anger and engaging in risk-taking behaviours. Now, it's for those reasons and the many different life experiences that men and women have and how that impacts their susceptibility to depression that the lead researcher of this project, Dr. Jodie Thomas at the QAMR Berghofer Institute here in Brisbane, says this research is so important.
I think this research is really useful in that we're looking at females and males separately. So of course that increases our understanding of female depression, but also of male depression. So this kind of technique or way of looking at the data really benefits everyone.
Researchers say this study has highlighted the importance of differentiating between sex in studies to ensure that the different life experiences and genetic makeups of males and females are taken into account. In the case of this study, focusing on depression, the importance of the life experience and genetic markers in men and women have an enormous impact on how they should be treated and how individual cases should be managed. As a result, researchers say this is a really positive step forward in paving the way for better, more personalised treatment for major depression.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem, talk, young, or roll the scale rice family meal with toast. We bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Senisi, go, let's get rice, low scale, scale price. Senisi, go, let's get rice, low scale, scale price. But you like him?
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
100% proudly PNG-owned Tassian Group would like to wish you and your loved ones a beautiful Golden Jubilee 50th Independence. Thank you for being a valued part of our community. Let's continue the journey for another 50 years together. Proudly PNG.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
To start a World Cup.
This is unbelievable.
They have etched their names in history.
and welcome to the sports segment. Digicel head office in Port Moresby was thrilled to host the 2025 Prime Minister's 13 team today. Players and the coaching staff, led by Kumul's head coach Jason Demetriou, were met and welcomed by Digicel Senior Vice President Lorna McPherson and CEO Tarek Bodiev for a brief interaction before they were taken on a brief tour around the company's premises.
This year's PNG Prime Minister's 13th squad of 20 players had included some exciting new talent apart from the old hands. Nene McDonald, Robert Derby, Apel Capinias, Jacob Alec, Nixon Put, and Jack de Ballon, adding a youthful look to the side are the emergence of exciting new talent in Garo Voro, Finley Glare, Jacob Taulani, and Cooper Bai. Following a brief session with Digicel Vice President Lorna McPherson and CEO Bodiev, the players briefly toured the company's setup, including the TVWAN studios, to do some game promos and the scenes behind the TVWAN program transmission section. The visit was a great opportunity for the players to interact with the staff and show their appreciation for the ongoing support of Digicel PNG to rugby league. Staff were excited to meet and greet the players and took the opportunity to take pictures with their favorite players and the team. Debutant young Cooper Bai, son of former Kumul legend Marcus Bai, was very popular with the staff among the playing group. He was ecstatic about the opportunity to represent his country of heritage for the first time, following in the footsteps of his father.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's really good. Just my first time in camp. If I guess any PNG to represent PNG, and the boys have been great and they've really welcomed me in, and I just really can't wait to play on Sunday.
It's been a quick turnaround for Cooper after making his NRL debut with the Gold Coast Titans only last month.
Yeah, no, it means everything for the family. I got some family flying in from back home in Uldamuna, and it'd just be great to have everyone there. And, it means so much to the family. This year's been a bit of a ride for me, but it's been really good.
Bai, who stands 192 centimeters and weighs 98 kg, is itching to get out on Sunday and rip in.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward just to running out and just hearing the crowd and being able to play a solid game of rugby league. I just want to say thank you for the support. It means so much to me, especially me and my family, and I just thank you.
Digicel is a proud sponsor of the PNG Kumuls and was always a big honor to host the national team ahead of their international engagements, starting with Sunday's PM13 clash against Australia, leading up to the Pacific Championships, which kicks off on October 18 at the Santos National Football Stadium, Port Moresby. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
PNG AFL internationals Rex Peragua and Glenn Samyong have returned home after a brief stint with the Enhill Tigers in Melbourne, Australia. Their arrival was a big boost for their beloved Gerica Bombers, who triumphed over underdog University Tigers 48 points to 0 in last weekend's elimination final at Colts Ground.
Rex Peragua and Glenn Samyong, fresh energy and experience, added pace to the Bombers' running game, which proved invaluable during the match. Post-match, Rex expressed his excitement about being back at Coles, where his football journey began. He noted that after the long flight from Victoria, both players had to quickly readjust to the local conditions.
Good to be back playing at home alongside our brothers. We go stop long time to too much na. Come again, we try to run na. Back fitness lo milia ba. Good lo come again na play lo feel where we start the game. Korea lo milia.
He shared insights into his experience playing in Australia, noting the challenges of relocating with his family even for a short time.
It was challenging for me, moving down first year. A lot of family behind I go stop just for a month, but it's too far from home, so me just adjust the first game. Some of the games come, all boys come around supporting me about pushing me throughout the season, but as the game go, I mean, get used to game. Our game styles of play is more different and steady than here we play. We may just play a running game, and Tamlo they play a different style of footy. So it's good to get that experience down there, come again, Seriwantel boys, and then the community back in here.
Rex highlighted how his time in Australia had equipped him with valuable knowledge he is eager to share with the Bombers and the AFL community in Port Moresby. He also discussed his struggles with injuries that made returning to the top grade a challenge.
Yeah, lucky Glenn, I'm stopped. That's his third year now, playing down in Victoria, so I'm just come around helping me. Somebody like something just pushing me through new plus style football, and yes, of course, the weather down there too, so maybe challenging the league, but the season goes by, me cope now. Yes, we went pretty well. Me plus top second place in go finish top 5. Then we played finals and got kicked out on the semi-final.
Reflecting on the Tigers' season, Rex noted that although they finished in top 5, they faced elimination in the finals. The experience allowed him to work with some excellent coaches who have helped enhance his defensive skills. Rex expressed gratitude towards the Bombers coaching staff and club management for their support. He believes the Bombers are well prepared to make a strong statement when they face West Eagles in the prelim final this Saturday, as they aim for the championship match scheduled for October 18. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Preparation continues strong for PNG's national women's cricket team, PNG Lewas, as they stay focused ahead of their international fixture. Great energy on display today as the PNG Lewas continue training at Amini Park, Port Moresby. With the 2026 ICC Women's T20 World Cup Global Qualifier in Nepal on the horizon. The team is sharpening its skills and building momentum after an impressive showing at the recent East Asia Pacific qualifier, where Lewas dominated and secured their spot on the global stage. The Lewas have shown strong team spirit. These sessions are crucial in fine-tuning strategies and building depth as they prepare to take on the best from around the world. The PNG Lewas qualification highlights the growing strength of women's cricket in the country and underlines the importance of continued investment in female athletes. The national men's cricket team, PNG Barramundis, concluded their 2 warm-up matches in Oman as part of their preparation for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia and East Asia Pacific qualifier, set to begin today, October 8. In their first warm-up on Friday, October 3rd, PNG faced a strong United Arab Emirates side and went down by 108 runs. The PNG bowlers showed discipline, with Kabuavagi Mora taking 2 for 22 and Alain Now claiming 2 for 36. In reply, the Barramundis were bowled out for 61 in 12 overs. Despite the loss, the game offered key insights for the team to adjust and strengthen their approach ahead of the main tournament. Their second warm-up match on Monday, October 6, saw a much-improved performance from PNG, narrowly losing to Malaysia by just 2 wickets in the match. Batting first, PNG posted 159 runs for 6 wickets, led by a brilliant half-century from Sesebao, supported by Hilavare and Boyore. Malaysia reached the target in 19.1 overs, but PNG's bowlers kept up the pressure, taking regular wickets and showcasing their competitive performance on the field. PNG Barramundis coach John Ovia commended the team's growing performance and adaptability, noting the progress made between the 2 matches. He said these warm-ups were valuable opportunities for the team to test combinations and sharpen their game plans ahead of the qualifiers. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 Sports. STC Chiefs women's touch rugby team edged their name in Steamship sporting history after securing their 5th consecutive Managing Directors Cup at the 31st Annual STC Sevens Tournament held on Saturday, 4th October. Facing off against the spirited Pacific Palm Properties side in a nail-biting grand final, the Chiefs triumphed 3-2 in extra time, sealing an incredible 5-year reign over the MD's Cup. The Chiefs, who entered the tournament as four-time defending champions, once again demonstrated why they remain the team to beat in the annual Corporate Rugby Carnival. The final was a showcase of athleticism, teamwork and endurance. Both teams exchanged early tries heading into halftime, locked at 2 points to 2. The second half was a defensive standoff as the clock wound down and both sides were reduced to 4 players in extra time. The Chiefs executed a flawless attacking play in the dying seconds to score the match winner, sending their supporters into wild celebration. Tournament organizers hailed the victory as a testament to the Chiefs' discipline and unity, noting that their continued dominance reflects the team's commitment to excellence both on and off the field. The STC Sevens tournament is Steamships Trading Company's flagship sporting event, uniting divisions from across the group and attracted 12 teams, including the STC Chiefs, for the 2025 MD Cup title on the weekend. Since the Women's Touch Footy Challenge was introduced in 2017, the STC Chiefs have grown into an unrivaled powerhouse. And that's all we have for sports. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, partly cloudy, possible rain, then rain showers and thunderstorms. Daru, cloudy periods with few rain showers. Poponeta, partly cloudy. Pomase, Ley, partly cloudy with brief showers. Wewak, cloudy period with rain and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Larangao, partly cloudy. Cavian, mostly fine. And Highlands region, cloudy periods with few rain and possible thunderstorms. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea, seas rough with easterly winds of 25 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea, seas slight to moderate with northeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas slight to moderate with southeasterly to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas moderate with east to southeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, to Kerama to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Island. Seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, and waters of Finchafen through Whittier Strait to Siasi then Long Island to Medang to Wewak. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters increasing to 3 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, and waters of New Island and Bougainville, seas 2 to 3 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by